Alright guys, happy new year. Just wanted to bring you this quick update video on NIO. I'm going to be covering some price targets for NIO. Before I get started, baby, smash that like and hit that subscribe. No time wasted. Let's jump right into the video. So like most stocks in the stock market, it's been a rough year, especially for NIO. And I just want you guys to keep that in mind as we go into the next calendar year here, okay? The stock market is looking like we could have a potential recession or whatever we may have. We may have some slowing. Just keep that in mind as being a NIO investor. Now, in my opinion, NIO is trading so low. It's at $9.75 as the making of this video. Me personally, I'm going to keep investing in this company and dollar cost averaging along the way. I don't see too much more downside, but I just want you to be mentally ready for that as we go into the next year. No matter how cheap it's looking, we can always go a little bit further down. What I have here highlighted is this box. It's actually showing an entire year's date from the making of this video. So actually on New Year's as of last year, you can see NIO was trading a little bit better here, and it actually looked like it traded as high as about $33, and then over this calendar year it has came down about 71%. So over the entire last year of 2022, NIO is down about 71%. Just keep that in mind. Again, it's still super cheap, guys. The argument isn't if there's more downside, the argument is how much more upside could there be in the next few years here. And if you are an investor, that's at least the outlook I like to retain, not financial advice. Let's do a quick technical analysis, guys, here. Get out of your hair, give you guys some quick price targets so you can start popping bottles, baby, because we got New Year's, baby. New year, new me. I'm hitting the gym every day. Yeah, we'll see. So last time I made a video, guys, I talked about a key level here, and I just want to highlight it before we dive much further. I talked about this 1082 level. So if we do see some downward continuation, I'd expect us to flood into that gap here. We need to break below that 1082 or the low of today as the making of this video at about 1083. Get below 1083, and then we'll fall right into that gap here. I expect price to move through it quickly. When we break this level, we're going to expect a strong sell-off here, and that's exactly what we did, okay? So we sold off strong ever since we cracked the level right here, and we're down about 10% since the making of that last video on NIO. So the point I want to make is when I talk about price targets in my NIO videos, I'm going to always not try to show too much bias. I'm going to talk about targets to the upside and targets to the downside so you can prepare as an investor and or trader and nothing can blindside you. You got to kind of go into each day with the open mind because you just don't know where the stock market's headed, man. You never know. Now, before I dive into the more granular price targets, let's try to get a quick, somewhat of a bias on the overall price direction here. Now, last time we talked about on the higher time frame here, this is the daily on NIO. We talked about this bull flag pattern here, right? We want to keep that in mind here. We could be breaking out of it as we speak. Now, typically the breakout move from a bull flag is about the length of this flagpole, which is what I'm noting here. And that takes us down to $0. Again, I'm skeptic that we hit that. I think right now we're more just sitting in kind of an ascending channel here, and we're breaking out of it to the downside, right? We've basically been creating higher lows and higher highs the last few weeks, and now we're starting to break below. One thing I want you to keep in mind here, though, is just looking at the price action. So if we take a look at the price action here, volume's been trading pretty weak lately. Also, the candle bodies are getting a lot smaller here, and I want you to pay attention to this indicator here. It's known as the 9 EMA. If you guys want to know how to use this, be sure and go watch my last video on Tesla. I show you guys exactly how to use this indicator, and this is a little trick that I use in the higher time frame, and I find a lot of success with it, especially when I'm swinging plays overnight or over the next week or so. But one thing I want to key in on, we're a little descended from it, right? Again, go watch that Tesla video if you want to learn the tips and tricks. But based on all those little signs there, right? Volume's been trading a little bit lower, the candle bodies are getting a little bit smaller, and we're descending from the 9 EMA. I expect us to keep kind of trading a little bit in a range here, maybe a little bit more flat, if not rebound a little bit soon here, okay? At least see relief, not necessarily a bounce to the upside, but maybe a little bit of relief towards this upside here, maybe back towards like that 1040, 1030 area. But in terms of getting back to like the 11s and 12s, we're just going to have to go one day at a time with that. Let's jump into the price targets here. Let's go to the lower time frame for that. So when it comes to price targets, guys, you're really just going to watch some key levels here. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to watch 1025. 1025 is that first level we need to break if we want to see a lot more upside movement. And I talked about how we could see some relief soon. So if we do get it, really watch that 1025, even about 1030 if you want, for a key level. If we break past that, we could be looking pretty good here and get back to about that 1082 level, 1080. So 1025, okay, break above that, 1080 is going to be the next price target for you. Now, if we break 1080, if we're looking super good, I'm going to be watching this significant high up here at about 1128. Okay, 1025, 1080, 1128. Those are your upside price targets. So think of it as stair stepping or climbing a ladder, right? There's levels to this. So we need to go one day at a time, not get too crazy, right? Because you know your boy is going to be covering you on videos every single week so we can watch these levels together here. Let's talk about the downside next. So the one thing I am a little bit concerned about is that NIO is sustaining lower lows and lower highs, and we've talked about that, guys. Okay, so when we show that, that means the price is kind of slowly grinding down. However, we talked about on the higher time frame, which carries a lot more weight, how NIO could see a little bit of relief soon. Here's the key level that I want you guys to watch here. This is a significant support level, which is the prior day's low as the making of this video at $9.52. If we break below that, we're definitely going to see more downside. That's basically our floor right now. That's what's holding us up. So $9.52. Now, if we break below that, let's take a look to our left side here. Go to the higher time frame. That's a little tip I like to use, and come over here, and we're going to look for that next significant floor. So 952 is currently what's holding us up. But what we want to look at is that next prior support range or level or supply zone, and that's going to place us just about here where we have common support at about $9.15, $9.14. Okay, now if you want to round that to $9, go ahead, be my guest. I don't think it's going to hurt, but $9.14, if you want precision and somewhat accuracy, is going to be that current floor. So price targets to the downside, in case you want to short or at least be aware of, is going to be 952. If we break below 952, then 914, and then $9 is ultimately what we're going to be watching in case NIO does start to sell off. Now, if you want to follow these price targets along with me day by day, be sure to check that link down below and hop into my private Discord if you're interested. I can also show you a thing or two on some strategies when trading NIO. Other than that, guys, leave me a like and leave me a follow. Hit that subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss my NIO uploads I put up every single week. Happy New Year, guys. I'll see you in the next one.